So, yet another story of a female driver in the news that should not have to experience what Stephanie Hopkins experienced, right? And she says, I was praying that I would survive. Owasso Lyft driver describes terrifying alleged assault. I'm going to put the link underneath. Here's the thing that really stood out for me. I want to read what she says. Well, firstly, Lyft says safety is fundamental to Lyft. What the driver described as frightening, and the rider's access to Lyft has been permanently removed. That's about the same recording that they play over and over again. They don't say, hey, but here is the solution to that, or here is what we are doing, or here is how we are tightening up safety and security measures. But the driver, who's 3 steps ahead of the company because they're still fast asleep, says, Hopkins, this is the lady, says, she would like to see the SOS feature, which she tried to use, but it really sort of let her down, get faster in alerting the nearest law enforcement agency. Lyft, Uber, learn from that, please. When you hit that button, you should have immediate access because someone is in deep trouble, right? Shouldn't have to wait and be connected first. Takes way too long. It already happens in those 30 seconds. But here's the biggest one of all, to me at least. And she says, and to see rideshare companies conduct background checks for passengers, right? Background checks for drivers, yeah, of course, Uber and Lyft every few months, right? Background checks for passengers, riders, no, because we're not willing to spend the money. But you're putting this lady and other ladies into a dangerous situation. You're putting female and male drivers into super dangerous situations with potential crazy passengers. And to those few drivers that say, well, that's not going to help, you're completely and utterly wrong using those words, right? Background checks, if the passenger or the rider wants to use those platforms, they should pay that extra fee and say, hey, my background is clean, I have nothing to fear, here it is. If a guy knows he has a shady background, right, assault charges, battery, prison, whatever, do you really think he's going to even remotely try and get into Uber and Lyft and download that app? No. So you eliminate most of the problems right there and then. Now, that's only a small percentage of all riders that have something on their criminal background, right, on their check. And by just running that check, we eliminate that. We flush those problems out. So I'm just still waiting for Uber and Lyft to implement that. And I've made many videos about that. I will continue making more videos about this because what happened to Stephanie Hopkins, to future females, to future male drivers should never, ever happen. Run background checks for riders and passengers, Uber and Lyft. Do not save the money in the wrong places. Have a great day.